Editing now plays an important part in the media and has developed vastly in the last few years. Editing started out with something as simple as analog editing. Analog editing was around before it was developed and changed into digital editing. Before computers were created, editing was done by hand. The film would be cut into different parts using a splicer and then pasted into different pieces of film to create a cutaway. Another way of editing was done before digital editing came into place was in-camera editing. In-camera editing was used before a device for editing had been created, which meant the film would have to be shot in order. Before anyone could film using the technique, it would have to be planned in advance. Eventually, digital editing was introduced in the late 80s, and this new way of editing became a huge success. Because editing is now mostly done digitally, it's a lot easier and less time-consuming. Different types of editing software are available, such as Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere, and iMovie. These types of software allow people to edit footage more smoothly and easily. All footage is imported to a project and then selected clips are placed into a timeline. These clips are then edited whether it's cutting clips or adding effects. Audio and more video footage can also be edited during the process. Manipulating of diegetic time and space is a development of editing which has had an influence on footage used in films today. Manipulation of diegetic time and space is a technique used to make a person, environment, or object time and space appear that changed over a period of time. Many films use this technique, as it allows the audience to see visible change to the character, environment, or object.
Techniques used in editing these days usually have a purpose behind why they are used. An example of this would be creating pace. Creating pace is used to speed up or slow down a scene. The pace of an edit can alter the way the audience view a film. For example, action films usually are fast-paced in order to build tension and keep the audience intrigued with what's going on. Action films usually have a lot of fast jump cut shots to increase the speed of a scene. Editing techniques help to build a relationship with the genre of the film as well. There are many different genres in the industry and each has different conventions, which means when it comes to editing, different techniques will be required to suit and illustrate the genre. An example would be the genre horror. Horror films use short, fast shots in order to scare the viewers who are already anxious, as they are unaware of what is coming next. They also use a lot of establishing shots to show the setting of the scene.
Combining shots into sequences is the process of putting all the shots together and making them flow. All of the shots would be individually edited together so they could be placed in a sequence to make a successful edit. The edit needs to look invisible so the audience can only see the one long sequence.
Every script or story originates from a writer's finished version of an idea they would like the audience to share. Engaging the viewer is highly important when showing a film. If your film does not manage to engage people with it, then the people will lose interest quickly. Editing helps to engage people in films. For example, within action films, fast cut shots help to identify the same form of action is happening or about to begin. This helps to draw the viewers in. When editing shots, there are certain conventions and techniques that can be spotted in several films. One of the techniques is the 180-degree rule. The 180-degree rule is a guideline that states two characters in the same scene should always have the same left to right relationship with each other. If the camera does cross the 180-degree rule, it's called breaking the line. Another technique is the point of view shot. A point of view shot is used within film and TV to show the character's perspective through their eyes. Point of view shots are usually used when the character's point of view is important to the scene. The shot is usually established by being positioned between a short character looking at something and the shot of the character's reaction. The shot is meant to look like you're seeing what's going on through their eyes. Over the years, editing has gone from not being able to be done, and shots would have to be shot in the order they would be shown, in almost being able to accomplish anything today, especially with CGI. Editing is done far more quickly these days as it's all done digitally. Digital editing has become extremely successful and can create things that couldn't be done in real life. For example, out-of-space environments. Editing continues to develop now, and it is sometimes the reason behind many films' success.